Hello and welcome to White Men Can't Pod. What are you doing?
Nothing.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm waiting for the introduction.
Welcome to White Men Can't Pod, a show with a bunch of idiots.
Yep.
I'm your host, Ryan, and I'm here with my other two co-hosts, Bill and Wally. Are you not going to do the penis now?
You screwed me up. I'm not ready.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, we're back after what?
Long
like
hiatus.
A month?
Long hiatus. Studio construction is complete. Finally complete after, 10 years of... How many years have we done this? Talking about a studio? Studio construction complete.
It's a nice studio.
Studio's done. You can sit on a couch now with a pillow over your boner instead of just having it out.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yep.
I mean, it's better when it's just out, but whatever.
I mean, who can argue with that? It's episode 31 of White Men Can't Pod.
Is that true? Let's double check that.
Is it true?
It might be true.
I haven't updated this
It
document.
is 31.
Okay.
Yes, it is
Have
31.
we yet to update this document since the last time we did the show. It is Happy Gilmore.
Indeed, of 1996.
Happy Gilmore, 1996. Bill, you are taking us through. The tagline is quick. A rejected hockey player puts his skills to the golf course to save his grandmother's house.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done, IMDb, on a one-sentence recap there.
This was a seminal movie of my childhood.
Yeah, how'd you first see this?
I believe my cousins showed it to me when I was visiting them when I was, I don't know, like 11, 12. And it was excellent from the start.
I want to say you showed me this, Bill.
I may have.
I think you had this and you showed it to me for the first time.
Because I was so enthralled. I probably said, I got to show this to everybody.
Is this one of your top comedies?
It was. It still is pretty good.
It's still pretty good, actually, yeah. Spoilers, but it's still pretty good.
I have no idea the first time I watched this. It was when I was younger, but you could give me $1 million to tell you when I watched it, I wouldn't be able to do it. Would not be able to do it. Not even hazard a guess. But it pretty much holds up, I feel.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this came out in 1996. Was this his first or second?
This was after Billy
This is
Madison.
after Billy Madison, right?
Because there's a couple of lines in here that are... there's a couple of lines in here that are referencing Billy Madison. Like the first girlfriend is a teacher, and he says, like... Well, you did terrible on your finger painting in kindergarten class or whatever, that, which I think is a reference to.
Oh, maybe.
Billy
I
Madison.
didn't think
Okay.
about that, but yeah.
I think it is. She's like, you're going nowhere.
Yeah, that came out in 95. This is 96. So these are back-to-back.
Back-to-back
Bring 'em
Jacks. Back-to-back Jacks.
And these are so good, he was smart enough to know this is what... The name of his production company is Happy Madison.
Yeah.
And it was based on the success of these two movies.
Yeah.
Because then he does some stuff that's not as great, some stuff that's still good. Before this, he did Going Overboard, which is...
Well, I mean, that was like his
perhaps
first
the
ever
worst
movie.
ever made.
It's one of the worst movies ever made.
But these two were excellent. Let's see, we said 1996.
Yep.
Anyone have a guess for what, as his second movie after
This is a
a
budget.
successful movie, what kind of budget did they give him for this?
It could not have cost that much, right? Because...
I mean, they get Lee Trevino.
Great.
That's a get.
Great. Maybe an MVP candidate.
He's very good in this movie, actually.
Maybe an MVP candidate in this. For me. Lee Trevino's great in this. 30 million.
Yeah.
Seems high. I already regret that.
Well, I'll half it then. I'll say 15 million. Oh boy. 7.
12.
Ryan, you just, on your second attempt, hit it right in the head.
Damn.
$12 million budget.
Right on the head.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Still got it, baby. Still got it.
And how much money did this make off of that $12 million budget?
This must have been a massive hit.
Really?
I would think. If it's only $12 million, right?
I mean, yeah, relative to what they what it costs. Yeah,
They
like
definitely
so
made that back.
making 3 times as much is probably a massive.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay.
So-
Okay.
Who has to go first?
The-
Don't you have that record?
no, we don't keep track of this. We keep track of just the eBay awards.
Oh, okay. 75 million.
Oh, I don't think it made that much. I'll go with 35.
Wally, you got it pretty close.
Yeah.
38.8 million.
So it's pretty. It's a decent hit.
So it
Yeah.
tripled its.
Yeah, it was
Budget.
successful for being such a cheap movie to make.
Right.
We dive right in with a recap of Happy's life. He's narrating it. He said he grew up loving hockey with his dad, watching it, going to games. He can't skate even as a kid, but he had a great slap shot that his dad taught him. He says his mom left because his dad only cared about hockey. And then the next one they show his dad dying at a hockey game when he gets hit in the head with a puck.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yikes.
So now, as a young kid, he has to move in with his grandma, and he said he didn't really know her at all, but she welcomed him in by wearing a Kiss mask, a Gene Simmons mask,
Mm-hmm.
and so all is great. And he loved her right away. He shows he's grown up a little bit. He's trying to play hockey. He's got a short fuse though, so he gets into a lot of fights, has a lot of penalties. And he says he holds a record for penalties and for being the only guy to take his skate off and try to stab somebody with it. However, I say shenanigans because I know a man named Tom Cashin who once took his skate off and tried to stab his brother John with it. So
Oh my god.
But was that in a league game?
I think that's probably in the backyard.
Okay, so it doesn't count. Sorry.
Okay. He shows him kind of just bumping around in jobs because he's trying to make the hockey team. He's
I like that part where he's just humping everything.
janitor. He's
I was
doing
a
all
janitor.
sorts of.
I was a gas station worker where he just puts the thing and the
Sprays
nozzle
the-
and sprays it.
Yeah.
Sprays the gas everywhere.
And then he was working as a construction worker until he was having a shooting contest with a nail gun and shoots his gigantic boss in the head.
Okay, I forgot that was the impetus for the giant guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just remember the giant guy likes him, but I forgot that he shot him in the head first.
And then he beats him senseless. And he basically says, it was a fair fight, but he got a few shots in, and he shows him laying in a hospital bed. So he gets cut from the hockey team again for like the 10th year in a row. His girlfriend leaves him and basically says, because you're a loser, Happy. You're never going to amount to anything.
I do like that he talks to her through his little intercom here,
Yes.
and he's just,
And then like everyone on the street
yeah,
is
can hear him,
listening in.
and also like she could just walk away at any point. Like he doesn't know if she's there or not. He just keeps talking, but
Yeah. He's like sings her a song.
lousy kindergarten teacher.
See, that's what I mean. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean that.
Yeah, excellent finger paintings. This is
So-
peak Adam Sandler voice, right?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Like it's the end
This
of the
is-
Adam Sandler voice.
lose. Yeah.
When does Wedding Singer come out? Is that after this?
this.
Oh, it's way
no,
after.
that's before this. Was
No.
it? No,
Wedding
Wedding Singer was
Singer-
just set in the 80s.
Yeah, Wedding
Okay.
Singer came out like 10 years
So
later.
that's still
That was a good one. Yeah.
1998, so it came out 2 years later.
2 years.
I was
later.
gonna say it couldn't have been 10 years. Like,
That's still peak Sandler. He still got it going.
It's not as
Wedding-
good as this, but it's
Wedding
good.
Singer's pretty good.
Good.
it's good. Yeah, but
But yeah, so he tries to sweet talk his girlfriend through an intercom, as we've been saying. Instead, he ends up attracting a very nice neighbor, an older Asian woman who hears him singing and knocks on his door, and he kind of gives her a weird look.
He thinks it's his girlfriend coming back.
And then he wakes up to a phone call in the morning, and she's still in his house.
yes,
So we're presuming that he did the deal.
night closes.
He definitely does the deal.
in.
And she spends the night, and then says, "Well, you don't want breakfast?" Because she's wearing his hockey jersey in the morning.
Yes.
Oh, so
she
they
is.
definitely did.
Yep.
Um,
I like how he's sleeping with all of his clothes on and one boot though.
one boot though, yeah.
Do you talk about his hockey love though? Like, look at that series of banners that he's got up. He's got the Blackhawks, the Whalers,
Sabres.
and the Sabres.
And he wears a
And he
Bruins
wears
hat.
a Bruins.
All-
He's wearing
the
a
whole
Bruins
movie.
hat.
The whole movie he wears a Bruins hat.
So that must have been a big deal for you. Because you're a big Bruins
Yeah,
guy.
obviously.
So having him wear the Bruins.
So we find out his grandmother calls and says they're taking my house because she owes a lot of money. So he's like, all right, well, we'll fix that. Oh, there's Will
She
Sasso.
I
hasn't.
told you, it's Will Sasso.
She hasn't paid taxes in like what 25 years or
Since
something.
her husband died.
6 figures in tax.
in over a decade.
No, I couldn't do that.
I didn't have any money.
She tries to stop them from moving the house out, and the guy from the IRS is there to basically
Yeah.
say, she owes us a lot of money. And then he said, like, I'm not taking this. I don't get to live here now. We're just, like, we're
I
going to
love-
auction
The
it around."
government takes it. It's
I
not
think
my fault.
This guy is great. The IRS guy, because then he's like, just don't hate. You're not going to hate me, are you? Like, it's not my fault. No, I'm going to hate. Oh, you are hating me. And he gets thrown out the front door.
Again, I'm not taking your stuff home. Now you're really gonna be mad. I have to take the house too.
So he beats the crap out of the IRS guy, who then at the end goes, he does hate me.
After he goes through the window.
So he moves her into a nursing home and says, this is just temporary. We are going to figure this out. But for now, it'll be just like a vacation. You can go live and hang out with some people. Meet
How
some
does he
friends.
have the money to put her in a nursing home?
I don't know. It's very...
Those aren't cheap.
They are not. We meet the Mr. lady.
Mister.
Lady jumps on his car and says, Mr. Get me out of here. And he dumps a sub on her head and tells her to go away.
Get out of here, lady.
He's fully driving on the sidewalk right there.
Yeah. He had to pick his grandmother up.
But now he's not. Now he's in the road.
We meet Ben Stiller in one of his better roles.
Oh yeah,
Is
fantastic. role
this
for Ben.
the first time we're seeing Ben Stiller do this character, which he did like 25
He
times?
does do this time a lot.
This is the
The-
dodgeball character and the heavyweights character.
Yep.
I'm a nice guy, but
Yeah.
no, I'm a psychopath.
I'm the psychopath asshole.
He says like, oh, this is gonna be great. We're happy to have you. It's nap time now. And so Happy leaves, and she says, oh, dear, can I trouble you for a warm glass of milk? And he delivers the line, you can have a nice warm glass of shut the hell up. And she doesn't like that, clearly. Back at her house, we meet the movers are there clearing stuff out, but they have stopped to hit a golf ball with very old clubs they found. And they challenge him. They basically say, if you can outdrive us, because he's making fun of them for being golfers, we'll go back to work. So he...
Why does he
But-
have to be there?
Will
I
Sasso
don't think
hits
he
it
does.
like 10 inches in front.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
whiffs.
Yeah, he hits it like not even to what would be
Like,
the ladies'
what kind of
tee.
bet is this? What are you doing?
And then he lines up about 3 feet behind the ball, and they're laughing at him. And then he runs up, and we've all done it. I've done it many times.
I don't think I've ever tried it.
You've
You never tried the
it?
Happy Gilmore?
On legitimately, some of my best tries I've ever had on a golf course are that. The problem is it only works like 1 in 4 tries. So I've
I
also
did-
smashed balls in the woods.
I watched like the science behind it, like trying to like the sports science, whatever, trying to see if it actually adds anything to it. But it's so like the amount it adds to your drive is so small that it like gets totally overshadowed by the amount of like not being able to control where the ball is
Yeah.
going.
That's what I mean. You have to hit it perfect, but when you do, it is excellent.
The way clubs are made now, though, like this,
That's true.
this swing is
Yeah,
irrelevant.
look at
It's
that
irrelevant.
ball goes like 4 feet.
Like the way the club, like the fiber club
They're very
bends,
and they're
Oh, yeah.
huge.
like they bend like crazy. So you don't
Faces,
need to
too.
run up and hit
Yeah.
like that anymore.
Yeah, you don't need to do it, but it's fun.
It's still fun to do.
He smashes it, hits a woman, breaks
It's
a
guy.
window.
It's
Breaks a
guy.
window first.
So then someone comes out of the house and says,
Oh yeah,
hey!
do that again.
He
Double
drives
nothing.
another one just as far, hits the guy in the head, and then goes,
Who
oh,
hit that guy?
he shouldn't have been standing there. Which I feel like that's one of the things I've been saying my whole life. And this is where it came from.
He shouldn't have been standing there.
Then he hits a woman
who's looking out the
window with a
looking
broken
down,
window,
Yeah.
and she
and
falls
she
out.
falls out of the house, and they
So
decide
funny.
we should go back inside.
Is this other guy with Will Sasso somebody
He
from
looks-
Mad TV?
He kind of looks familiar, doesn't he?
I don't
He
know
does
who
look
he
familiar,
is.
but I don't
He
remember
does
him.
not look familiar to me.
He must be another Mad TV guy.
So he goes to a local driving range to try to start hustling. Try to outdrive the amazing golf ball whacker guy. And he's hitting 400-yard drives, and everyone is very impressed.
I've been standing there. We have it playing in the back, just so you know. So we're gonna be like
a half
chuckling.
Yeah, a little half step behind, maybe.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to move it forward, but it's very difficult while
Yeah.
it's playing. We meet Club Pro Chubbs,
Chubbs.
who's barely paying attention to the old woman that he's
This,
helping.
this
out.
character,
That's it.
Move your hips. Yeah.
Carl Weathers
Very good.
went, for me, in my mind, Carl Weathers went from fighting Predator to this, to then the weird acting coach for Tobias in Arrested Development,
Yeah, see,
to
I
now
don't
The
remember that.
Mandalorian. That's his career for me. I obviously did lots of other things, but that's the
What's
trajectory.
he in The Mandalorian?
He's the governor or whatever of the city.
yeah.
Who's like a bad guy in the season 1, but then he
That's
becomes
great.
like a
Very good.
Chubbs.
She's struggling to put the thing on the ball on the tee, and he just keeps talking to her.
That's it. Yep. So Chubbs goes over, sees him, and wants to help him. But at this point, he has left the driving range and he's moved over to the batting cages, where he is standing
Toughening
there,
up. Toughening up.
just taking pitches to the chest and wherever else it may hit him.
He's got a year. He's got a year to toughen up before hockey season.
And Chubbs
begins.
comes over and says, like, kid, what are you doing? You're making me sick. He goes, 364 more days till next year's hockey tryouts. I got to toughen up.
Yes, because that's your problem, Happy.
Yep.
You're not tough enough.
There's a fat kid standing there
This kid is great. I love this
who
kid.
does then decide he wants to try
He's
it.
gonna try to toughen up.
Doesn't go as well for him.
Hey, mister, you need a helmet.
Don't worry about it.
I also like when before this the other people are like paying him to drive are like, "There's a tournament this weekend. You should try it." And he goes, right in their
sounds great.
face. He just like, blows a raspberry. Right
All
in
right,
their
that one
face.
hurt a little, but I'm all right. Chubbs tells him, he's like, you don't know who I am, and he doesn't. And he says, I was a pro until I had to leave the tour or whatever. He says, until they kicked me off. And he goes, oh, is it because you're black? And he went, no,
Goddamn alligator
because I
took
get
my
to rip my hand off.
This Gator, man.
Goddamn alligator took my hand.
Tells him so, and he's got a wooden hand now.
He goes into the story so quickly too.
Yes.
I was down in
They do a wonderful job of hiding the hand too. Like he's got the magazine in front of his hand.
Yeah.
He's got his hand
You can
behind
just
his
see
back.
it there, but if you don't know
Yeah.
what it is, it looks
Right.
normal.
He's got it in his pocket. You don't know until he just whips it out.
Yep.
I lost my hand.
So he says, I can teach you. And he says, like, no, I'm not interested. I'm not a golfer.
Oh my god! The reaction every
Put the ball on the rough.
every single time Adam Sandler sees the hand, too, it's my favorite. He's grossed out every time. Like even later when it's all cracked and messed up. Later he pulls it out and he's like, "Great job!" And he's like, "Ugh." Every time he's grossed out.
Oh, and the kid's trying to. I forgot about that. The kid is in the batting cage again, and he's trying to do what Happy was doing.
Yep.
And he gets knocked down by the ball.
So good.
So Happy doesn't want anything to do with it. Oh, yes, that's right. He smashes his hand into the street where it gets run over by a truck. Until Chubb says, like, you can make a lot of money. And then now he's interested because there's a way for him to get money to save his grandmother's house.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, like, we can get you that gold jacket. And then I don't know if this is an ode to the PGA or a shot at the PGA, but he says, gold jacket, green jacket, which you get in
A green,
golf, you get a
yeah.
green jacket for the Masters. Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives a shit?
So good.
And then breaks his wooden hand.
Like he says, "Don't worry about it. It's real sturdy," and then it gets run over by the truck.
And then he just tried to shake the non-existent hand.
So he's gonna play in the local, Ryan, as you said earlier, Waterbury Open.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
where it comes from.
Yep.
Trying to earn a spot on the Pro Tour. The winner of this tournament gets automatically put on the tour. Now these tournaments exist. I feel like this is not one of them.
No.
No.
Also, like, you win one tournament and you're on the tour?
Yeah.
I don't think that's how that works, right? Like, I'm assuming you have to win, like, a couple of these tournaments before you automatically get on the tour?
Yeah, I think it's not easier, but I think it's less you win or you have to qualify for so many or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a big golf guy. Like,
Yep.
I'm really not. I don't like playing
not-
it. I don't like watching it.
I definitely
really-
don't like watching it. I'll play it.
I
if-
like playing it, but I haven't yet. I played it more last year than ever,
Yeah.
and then this year I have
I
yet
really
to.
don't like
I
it.
haven't played a single hole this summer.
I missed my one tournament that I play every year
Ooh,
because I was
the
in
Freer Park
Vermont.
tournament I do miss. That used to be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
the,
you just
the Ale
best-
House tournament
or
where
the
you
Ale
get
House
pissed
tournament.
drunk and
Yeah.
then
Best
tip
ball.
over
Tip
tip
over
over
a
some
golf
shit.
cart. And then you go to Ale House and get free chicken wings. I mean, they're not free. You paid for them already.
Right.
But
You just need to have one good golfer,
yeah,
and just everybody just uses his ball the whole day.
we used to play with
Yep.
Ghost
Ghost.
Mike's brother-in-law.
Okay.
I don't think the man ever took a driver out of his bag. He would only hit irons. And so we'd all step up and hit as hard as we could.
Mm-hmm.
He'd hit a 3-iron like 175 yards down the middle. More often than not, that's what we used.
He was also like embarrassed by how bad we were.
I don't blame him.
Just like, oh, guys,
Yeah.
come on.
So he's playing. Let's see. Yeah, so we're at the Waterbury Open. Shooter McGavin steps up.
Is Shooter McGavin the best bad guy?
He's the big bad of the movie.
in like. He's one of the
He's-
best bad guys in the
He's
movie.
very good.
He's fantastic.
He's
so
very good
good.
in this movie. He basically gives a speech about how he's friends with everybody, even though we find out quickly
He's a dick.
he's not nice to anyone. He tells the PGA like director of promotions or whatever Virginia does, like, I could use a drink.
Yeah.
You could go get that for me.
Yeah, she has an important job. She's not a waitress.
He tackles the kid.
So we do meet Virginia, who is the press person and also his love interest.
Julie Bowen from Modern Family.
Yep.
Yep.
It's like, is this like the first thing she ever did?
I don't know.
She's super young in this.
She's super young. Yeah. I'm surprised that it's amazing that that's the same person. I don't.
Right.
I gotta see her again right now, but
It's the same person. I mean, she looks pretty much the same.
she looks similar. But I don't know. There's something about how big her eyes look on Modern Family.
Yeah, I think it's a makeup thing. I mean, she
Yeah.
really didn't do. I'm looking it up now. She did guest spots, but she didn't do anything huge until Happy Gilmore. So
Did she do stuff after this until?
again, back to like she did Multiplicity, which is a movie that I
Oh,
enjoy.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Like that.
American
once.
Werewolf in Paris.
Okay.
I did like that
She was on
because
ER
I think
for,
she wears not very many clothes at parts of that movie.
Yeah, I think she's just a hot. Dawson's Creek, ER, Ed.
Sorry, no room for you in Dawson's Creek. Young Katie Holmes was on
She
that.
was in 6 episodes of Lost. Which I do not remember her in. She was in Weeds.
Lost.
Remember the show
What was-
Weeds? That was a good show. About
Yeah, I
the
never
lady
really
who
watched
sells
it.
weed.
What was her name on Lost?
Her name on Lost was Sarah Wagner.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm guessing she wasn't one of the people who were lost on the
No,
island.
Not
I
if
think
she's
she
only
came in
6
later.
episodes,
And then
yeah.
Modern Family came in around
All right.
2009.
So we go to start the golf tournament. Happy's caddy shows up and like grabs his clubs, and he's not comfortable with it. So he basically is like, "I'll carry them." So the caddy's like, "What am I gonna do?" And he goes, "I don't know. Just watch me. Make sure I don't do anything stupid." And then like immediately, Happy's just in the way of the other golfer. He turns to the caddy and goes, "Oh yeah, you dropped the ball on that one." But he hits it a ton, so the small crowd is eating it up. Absolutely loves what he's doing.
I love how long the camera follows his ball too.
Mhm.
This is one thing I want to bring up about this movie. Is that most comedies are not well shot. They're just straight up comedies. They don't need to look great. This movie has like really nice shots in it, where the camera pans like over the golf course or raises up or lowers or whatever. Like it has really good cinematography for a comedy.
For a $12 million
I mean, it's probably because of the golf courses and stuff, but like the high angle shots, and it's well shot. It's well put together. Like technically, I guess.
Is the first hole? Oh, yep, it is. Never mind.
What?
Go ahead. We'll get to it because, yeah.
Well, he's a very bad putter. We learned very quickly.
He's just slap-shotting it all over the place.
Yeah, he putts like you're holding a hockey stick, and it's weird. My next note is hole 4. So, well, we get to a par 4, and he hits a hole in 1, which is a double eagle, an albatross, if you will.
Yep.
And
That's what that's called?
yes, pretty much unheard of.
An albatross.
An albatross, yes,
I've never heard that.
which is another bird.
He beats the crap out of one of the fans in the first
Oh, right.
at the first hole. He punches him out of his shirt.
The guy was making fun of him, and he hears him, and he beats him up. So that's the rest of the day. He hits big drives, and he gets real angry about stuff. But somehow he holds on for the win. He has to 3-putt the last hole, and 4-putt it, and he makes it in 3 or something.
Yeah, and Chubbs is like, all you have to do is calm down
Yeah.
and relax and just tap it in. And he takes that literally.
I do like when he has a hole in
taps
one
it.
though. He goes "Oh, it's so much easier than putting. I'll just do this every time."
Yeah.
And so I was like, "Oh yeah, okay."
Sure, if you
Good
can.
plan.
So he does hold on for the win, and he's going to play on the PGA Tour. Shooter is thrilled about this, of course. Chubbs comes to him and says, "Hey, that's great, but you need to hold off on joining the tour. I need to teach you for several months, so when you get on the tour, you can actually play with these guys.
You need 6 months of
You need
training.
6 months so you can play with the actual golfers." And Happy says, "No, I'm doing it now. I'm only doing it to make money. We've talked about this." So he's going to play in the tour. He goes to tell his grandmother he's going to start playing on the tour and make a lot of money.
I do love throughout that first day, whenever he hits a good shot, he celebrates with his caddy. When he hits a bad shot, he starts killing the caddy.
Yeah, who's just like a 15-year-old kid.
Yeah.
So he goes to tell his grandmother he's got this new gig playing golf. We find out that Ben Stiller's running an old person sweatshop, just making
For
them
quilts.
knit.
He makes them all knit quilts, and then
one lady's like, "My fingers hurt."
Fingers hurt.
he's on the phone like
Well, now your back's gonna hurt because you just pulled construction duty.
Landscaping duty.
Landscaping duty.
landscaping.
Well, she starts to complain about how she needs to get out of there, but then Ben Stiller gives her the "I'm gonna kill you" look.
He
The
literally
Undertaker throat slash.
fingers to the throat. I'm gonna kill you.
So she just says "Oh, it's too hot in here." So he's like, "I can fix this." And instead, he drops the AC on the Mr. Mista lady.
oh no!
I
dropped
think I
that
just
on me.
killed her.
You dropped that.
Help me, mister.
So we go to the first tournament. Happy meets a group of other pros. A bunch of them are standing around in their gold jackets. We find out Shooter is the best
Shooter.
golfer, it seems, but he does not have a gold jacket.
Not yet.
So Happy says, "Hey, where's yours?" And everybody else thinks it's funny, except Shooter, of course, does not. He immediately dislikes Happy. But he's going to invite him. He says, "Meet us on the 9th green at 9 o'clock tonight. We'll welcome you in. Wear something nice."
Oh, which he never does. So
Yeah. But he puts on an old suit,
he goes for it.
and he's, all right, he's going to meet the boys. And so he waits, and exactly at 9 o'clock, because nobody else is there, he's waiting for him. Sprinklers turn on, he gets covered.
Yep.
Good old-fashioned hazing.
Oh yeah.
He meets Virginia, says, "I'm going to kill you. Or I'm going to go kill him." And she's like, no,
That's gonna be I'm gonna have to deal with that.
That's
so
a
you can't
bad
do
idea.
that.
That's a bad idea.
So he's like, all right. And he goes to get changed. He goes to the first tournament on the tour, and he shows up, and they say, "Who's your caddy?" And he goes, "You didn't give me one yet." I'm like,
You got to provide your own.
You got to provide your own here. So we go out, and Grandma's boy is there.
Alan Covert.
Alan Covert as a homeless man.
Wait, we got to talk about Kevin. Did we talk about Kevin Nealon
No, he's
yet?
not.
Not yet.
Not
He's
yet.
about to
All
come
right.
up.
Good.
I do like
Don't
that.
skip him.
The first time that we see Grandma's boy, he's trying to wash Happy's car and he's getting kicked out, And Happy's like, "Oh, come on, just let him be."
He's just trying to make a buck.
Let the
Yeah.
guy make a buck.
Yeah.
like showing Happy's a good guy.
Alan Covert doesn't say anything in this movie, right?
Not a word.
Not a word.
Not a word.
My
So
God.
he brings him in, and now he's got the homeless guy as his caddy.
Does he take a shower? This
in the
He takes
at
a
some
bath
point
in
he takes a bath in
in
the green
yeah,
in the water.
Is it this tournament?
Not this tournament.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't believe so.
He also like. At some point, somebody puts a quarter down. And he just picks it up.
Yeah, he marks his ball at the quarter, and he
He
bends down and
picks
picks
up
it
the
up.
money. Like I don't
walks
think
away.
takes it.
No, he does. He does speak because he says, Happy
Oh
says,
yeah,
slightly downhill and braking to the left. No, that's only because you got one shoe on. Oh yeah, okay.
Oh right, that's right.
so we go to this appears to be a one-day tournament, even though
Yeah.
all golf tournaments
Are
in the
four.
PGA are 4.
Yeah.
This one appears to be a single-day tournament, and he's paired to start with Kevin Nealon, who is fully crazy, talking about
He's a hippie.
harness the energy. You gotta let the
This is
energy
almost
flow.
the same character as his grandma's boy, boss character. Just like very hippie, like feel the energy, good energy.
Oh yeah, maybe he
They're almost
retired
the same.
from golf and bought a company.
They're almost the same exact character.
Maybe it is the same character. And he looks at him and goes like psycho.
Oh yeah.
Happy misses his first shot, starts swearing a whole bunch. Lee Trevino sees him and at this point doesn't say anything, but just gives him a real dirty look and doesn't want any
Lee
part of this
Trevino
guy.
in this movie. Like he's on the golf tour, but later he's like everywhere else. Like, he just keeps showing up.
Yep.
He's at the mini golf course.
Yes.
And then he's on the street when
Yes.
Chubbs falls out of his window.
When Chubbs dies, he's out there like, oh my god.
He also is on the golf course and he has one line with Shooter McGavin that's great.
Does he?
Lee Adams does
Oh,
have a
yeah, that's right.
So he gets up there and he's trying to putt, and he's very bad at it. So Kevin Nealon's giving him pointers, and he's like, "That's his home. The hole is the ball's home. Just send him home. Just bring him home." So he's trying to do it, and he misses, and he's like, "What are you too good for your home? Go home, ball."
There it is. He's picking up the quarter now.
Also, Vern Lundquist is our commentator, and I love Vern Lundquist.
Vern Lundquist is excellent.
He's funny in this too. He's like, Happy Gilmore? Who the fuck is that?
Covers the mic. Who's that?
Virginia and the guy who's in charge of the PGA Tour, I can't remember his name,
Doug.
do
Yeah.
not like
Doug,
him,
yeah.
but he makes for great television.
Virginia likes him.
And Virginia says, like, this is bringing in viewers, brother. You can't kick him off the
Doug
tour.
wants to kick him out, but the next tour, which never sells, is sold out already.
Yeah.
So we find out that Shooter has played great golf all day. He wins the tournament, but nobody cares about the end of it because everyone is following around the new guy, Happy, which he, of course, doesn't like.
I like everybody's following Happy because he's like riding the bull.
He's very entertaining. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
doing
he's,
the bull dance.
Yeah.
Feeling the flow. Chubbs
What are
does
you
not
doing,
like the way
Happy?
he's
Riding a
acting.
bull.
So, yes, Doug wants to fire him. Virginia says, let me work with him.
Yeah.
And he's going to bring in the viewers. So they go to get their winnings, and they give the big check to the winner, to Shooter. Happy says, well, where's my check? And like, oh, they'll be mailed this week. And he's like, no, I'll take one of those big ones. That's fine. I don't mind. So from this moment on, whatever place he comes in, they give him a big check that he throws in his car.
Yeah, he keeps him in the back seat.
I do.
He's got just a back seat full of checks.
We get a showdown in the bar with Shooter, where he basically says, like, I know what you're doing. You're trying to be like a jerk, and it's not going to work with me.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get into a little yelling match where they're rhyming. Maybe I'll eat some hay. I can lay by the bay. What do you say?
I don't know. I just may.
He actually breaks a beer bottle and is going to stab him with it. He's like, oh, I was just was looking for my bottle. Oh, here's a piece. Here's another piece. Virginia
half of
calms him down, and he asks her on a date, and she says, oh, I don't date golfers. To which he says, oh, that's great, because actually I'm a hockey player.
Yeah.
And she, like, shoos him off. At the next tournament, his old boss shows up, still with a nail sticking out of his head.
Still with a nail in his head.
And he says, like, oh, yeah, that's going to come out soon.
It looks good.
Yeah. And now he's a big fan. He's no longer mad. He's a big fan of Happy's, and they're buds.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Larson then threatens Shooter and takes his
7-iron or
7
something
iron,
like
one
that?
of his irons out of his bag, and bends it.
9-iron. You forgot your 9-iron,
You
Shooter.
forgot your 9 iron. The announcers are commentating on how he attracts a whole new crowd to the golf course. And they show, I even saw one guy with one of those beer dispensing helmets.
Yeah.
And it shows his caddy wearing
Vern
one.
Lundquist.
Yep.
Another great line.
And it just shows a bunch of soccer hooligans on the golf course.
You know, they're not beating people up. They're not hooligans.
That's true.
Do you know who Mr. Larson is?
He's
His
a big
other
Isn't
big
he
role.
Jaws or something?
He's Jaws in James Bond.
Yeah.
He's Jaws in James Bond.
I know Jaws from the video game more than anything else.
Yep.
Not great in the video game because he's a giant target.
Easy to shoot.
So yeah, Happy attracts a whole new crowd. People are brash. He is brash, but people seem to love it. And he's getting a little better, so he starts to make some money. It's not much, but he's not coming in last every week somehow. At the next tournament, he hits a ball near the
Oh yeah, the water.
near one of the waters, and he goes to get it. As we've seen earlier in the movie, he's willing to just dive into a pond to find his ball, and there's an alligator. And so he's yelling at the alligator to give him his ball back, and then he realizes it only has one eye.
The ball is in the alligator's mouth too.
Yes, it is. And he realizes this is the alligator that took Chubb's hand. So he dives into the pond after the alligator that is now afraid and running away from him. He beats him up and kills the alligator
Is it dead?
and retrieves the ball.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's dead. We get that confirmed later in the movie. And so he now also is an alligator wrestler, which obviously the people love.
Yeah.
We find out he's doing enough. He's coming along. He's on pace to get his grandmother's house back in time.
The way he jumps in the water and starts punching it. It's hilarious. He headbutts
Headbutts
it.
an alligator.
Oh my god.
This is my favorite. Is when he's like showing the ball off to everybody, and then the elbow to the
One
head.
last elbow.
One extra elbow to the head.
He's soaking wet with his giant check too.
Oh god.
Shooter goes to Doug, to the president, and says, like, we got to get him off the tour. This is unreasonable. And Doug basically says, well, actually, we kind of disagree. He's making a lot of money for us.
Yep.
Yeah, he's great.
He goes to visit his grandmother, who basically says, if I don't come in last in the next 2 tournaments, I can buy your house back.
Mm-hmm.
He then convinces Virginia to go on a friendly date with him. Says, just as friends. He's like, yeah, of course. Slow down. He takes her to an ice rink where he's at home,
Mm-hmm.
even though he's a terrible skater, and she calls him out on it. You told me you're a hockey player.
Shut up.
Then the lights go out, and Endless Love starts to play.
My endless love.
Mm.
And he's like, oh, yeah, no. Friends always listen to Endless Love in the Dark. And he basically says, all right, I have a proposition for you. And he pulls a hockey puck out of his pocket. She's like, do you always carry a hockey puck? And he's like, yeah.
I always carry a soccer ball. You guys don't?
Yeah.
No? That's weird.
That's a big thing to put in your pocket every day.
It is. So he says, you make one shot at that net, which it's not that hard to do, but I guess they're far enough away. He says, I will never talk to you again, but if you miss, you have to kiss me.
And like it.
Mm-hmm.
And so she makes the shot, and he goes, well, that talk about all-time backfires. And she says, I didn't see it go in, and they share
Yeah.
their first very romantic
Oh,
kiss.
Julie Bowen.
We then jump to one of the most iconic parts of the movie. He's playing a pro-am with Bob Barker.
Oh,
The
fantastic.
greatest.
Bob Barker says, I won this last year with somebody else. I'd like to win it again. So it's like, all right, see what we can do here, Bob. Also, who shows up for the first time is the ya jackass guy,
The
Yep.
heckler.
the heckler that was hired by, oh, there he is right there in the background. Hired by Shooter to basically try to mess with Happy, get him fired up, make him do something dumb, and get kicked off the tour.
He wants that, like, the heckler's trying to get Happy to attack him, the heckler.
Yes. And Happy's trying not to because he's trying to behave for Virginia.
Yeah.
But he screws with his head all day, and so Happy plays terrible. Turns into a very bad day, so him and Bob start yelling at each other.
Cool it, Bob.
Bob tells him, like, you're terrible, basically. And Bob yells at him, so Happy decides enough's enough. And he straight up tackles Bob Barker. They go rolling down a hill. He lands on top of Bob Barker, headbutts him right in the face, and then exclaims, "The price is wrong, bitch."
Whew. Quote Mountain. That's going to be hard to top.
And then Bob Barker pops up,
That's going to
Like the Undertaker.
chokes him.
He
Eyes open
literally
like the
does.
Undertaker.
Eyes open, grabs him by the throat, stands up, and just holds him with one hand and punches him in the face with the other. And he punches him out cold. He's laying on the ground, and Bob Barker
God.
says, "I think you've had enough." And Happy starts to get up again, and he goes, "No," and he kicks him square in the face and knocks him out. Goes, "Now you've had enough,
Oh
bitch."
my god! And then he like shadow boxes too.
Yeah, think you've had enough. No,
Bob Barker's
Bob
now you've had
Barker.
enough.
So good in
Bitch.
this.
Bob Barker.
We
What a
find
role.
out that in fact Shooter has set it all up.
Yep.
So there's a disciplinary meeting for Happy Gilmore because he beat up a celebrity, Bob Barker no less.
Apparently they don't like that.
Yeah. For some reason, Shooter is in this meeting.
Yeah. Kick
Yeah,
him
why
off the
is he-
door.
why is he in there?
He says you got to kick him off the tour, and again, Doug's like, "Well, we don't think that's a good idea. We're going to suspend you for 1 month," which Shooter hates.
Happy,
And Happy
needs,
hates.
Yeah, he needs
He's
money.
like, "I need money. I need to do it now," and he's just, "Oh, hold on."
Gotta stop and watch this fight again.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I
want
a piece of you. I want the whole thing. Just to see Bob Barker fight someone is fucking hilarious.
There's a stat or a goof or whatever. Bob said he didn't want to play in the movie until he found out that he won the fight. And then he was
So
like, "All
much-
right, I'll do it."
It's
Oh,
so
really?
much funnier that he wins the fight.
It's
So much funnier that Bob Barker wins
Again.
against Happy Gilmore.
Also, he was told that he's not going to do, or he wasn't, or he had a stunt double. He's like, "I know how to fight," so he did his own stunts.
He rolled down that hill. There's no way. The Undertaker.
I told you. The Undertaker
His
eyes.
eyes
And then
and
the Shantae fight, just hold him
crowd
and beat
of
him up.
throat.
I think you've had enough.
Oh, this
No?
is the best. The way he kicks him
Now
in the
you've had
face.
enough,
Oh my god.
bitch.
There's your shadow box. His wet butt
Bitch.
rolling down the hill.
the turnaround, bitch.
Bob Barker is great.
All right, so yes, he beats up Bob Barker. He gets suspended. So he's with Virginia, real sad. Like, I need money. Just at Subway,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, I just want to sit here and eat and enjoy this delicious whatever foot long.
Cold cut combo.
Which cold cut combo is like 3 types of bologna. It's disgusting.
Is that what it is?
it's okay.
It's bologna and bologna and bologna.
No, it's not.
What is it?
I mean, it's things that are probably akin to bologna, but they don't call them bologna.
Right.
I don't remember what's on it. I haven't had Subway in a couple.
I haven't had Subway in a long time. I eat subs regularly, but
I eat,
guy-
I eat chicken parm sub every day.
that's what
Every
we do.
day?
Every work day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Never change it up.
Nope. They
This
know
guy.
my,
This
they
guy.
know my order. Why would I?
Oh, that's true. I like when people know my order.
I don't ever really have an order places, I feel like. No, that's not true, but
You never have an order?
I don't have an order anywhere where they would like recognize me and know my order.
See, that's why you gotta go
At like McDonald's,
every single
I just
day.
get a Big Mac. But
Oh.
This guy Doug, who's the head of the PGA, listen to this. Listen to what he did after this movie. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
These are the movies he did after this movie. He did Saving Silverman. Okay.
Yep.
Did the
Oh,
bench
that's a good
warmers.
movie. What was he in Saving Silverman?
I'm guessing he was like
referee.
Okay.
Oh.
Bench warmers. Now I pronounce you Chuck and Larry. You don't mess with the Zohan. Grown ups. Jack and Jill.
So back to Adam
That's
So
Sandler.
he's
my
one of
boy.
Adam
Yeah.
Sandler's guys.
Grown ups
yeah.
2. And then whatever was in 2020 that Adam Sandler did. He literally only did Adam Sandler projects after this.
That's funny. All right. So he gets a contract selling subs for Subway, and that's going to make up the difference. His sponsorship deal.
Cold cut combo.
The way he says cold cut combo.
In Adam Sandler voice. Yeah.
I love this commercial, the way they do it too. Like, yeah, he hits his sub off the tee,
Off the tee and it lands
into a
in the
dude's
guy's
mouth.
Yeah.
It's so
Talk
good.
about a hole in one.
It's okay. A cold cut combo for those who are dying to know:
Me.
Black Forest ham, Genoa salami, and bologna. So that
Salami,
sounds like
bologna, and ham.
one version of bologna.
I don't think that's accurate.
Poor brother.
I
That's
feel
what-
like that's not
That's
right.
what a quick Google search will say. Cold cut combo.
Cold cut combo.
I eat 3 every day to make me strong. So he's now got enough money. He's going to go buy the house back.
He thinks he's just gonna buy
Yeah,
it.
He's
Like,
he
give
met
them-
the deadline.
Yeah.
And he shows up in the IRS guy like, oh yeah, I'm glad you're here. You can buy it back at the auction that we're having.
Ouch.
Which I'm pretty sure when he's talking to him earlier in the movie, he says you can try to buy the house back. He says something where it makes it seem like, oh, this isn't going to be an automatic thing. So I will say, like, good job with the
So,
the
but he
lines.
says, don't worry, this is a good thing. We'll get it back for cheaper than we thought. And then very quickly the price goes sky high.
yeah.
Because someone keeps bidding it up in the front that we don't
wonder
see.
who that is.
Yeah.
$275.
So he can't afford it now, and we find out that the buyer in front who does buy it is Shooter McGavin himself.
What a
350.
dick. What an amazing bad guy.
Oh, he's fantastic. Bad
So he
guy.
basically tells Grandma, go wait in the car. But then Shooter offers the perfect answer to this. He says,
I eat piece of shit like you for breakfast.
no, he
Oh.
says,
Not yet.
Oh,
you get the house for free if you quit the tour. You can have the house.
yeah.
So he
Solve
doesn't
the
have
problem.
to pay money. He doesn't want to golf anyways. He just wants to buy the house. This is the perfect solution.
Yeah.
And he's going to take it. And Brittany goes like, no. You can out golf the best golfer in the world.
Fine, I quit. No. I need to talk to you.
It's a perfect solution. But instead they make a bet. At the
Oh,
next tournament,
He says, "Fine, I'll quit. I'm not a golfer. I'm a hockey player. Oh, really? What team do you play for? Ouch!
so if he beats Shooter at the next tournament, which is the tour championship, he gets the house. If Shooter wins, he's off the tour.
Yep.
Which, if anyone else does, I don't know what happens.
Yeah, what
I
happens
feel like
then?
I feel like whoever is better,
I guess.
probably. Yeah.
So then he threatens him and says, "I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast."
You eat
You
pieces of
piece of
shit
shit.
for breakfast.
No. Which that means it's time to pause for an eBay war.
Oh my god!
Oh, this
Quite
is
possible.
deep in the
So-
eBay
game.
war for the line. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
So at first I was going to do one of the putters that he has. That's
awesome.
Which I found out
Is it
they
in?
made like 1,000 of them.
Oh
So several of them have made it to eBay.
yeah.
And that's why it was hard, because some were selling for like $1,200 autographed. One was selling for $13,000 because it was a good autograph. So instead, if you want to refer to our document, I will show you instead what it is.
I'm not seeing it.
Yeah.
Well, it's because it's not there yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's
Jumping the gun. Jumping the gun.
Where is it?
Eat piece of shit like you for breakfast.
Oh,
Where
saw
was it? I just
something
had-
come in. Didn't I just see something come in? No.
You see Bill's clicking all over the place. Did you
Let me-
insert it?
Let me do it again.
Do you know how to paste a picture into a Word document?
I
Well,
just
there's
did
a
it.
little button that's a
Oh,
picture.
There's something.
Is it there?
Is
Oh, I
this,
got it. We got it.
is this just a...
Oh my god.
Okay. He signed it. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
Shooter McGavin, the actor, signed it by writing that. A piece of shit like you for breakfast.
Now, I can't
That's
find the
good.
link though, so I can't. Let me see if I can.
Uh-oh. So you tried to find these putters?
Yeah, but the quotes, the prices were all over the map. One dude was like, "Look, it's a clear signature, so $13,000."
$13,000.
Yeah, so I didn't go with that.
I can't imagine Adam Sandler signing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't really need to do that, right?
Shooter McGavin autograph. Why do I not have this link saved?
Because we didn't do the show for a month, and you
Oh, that's
probably got sold.
I
Okay.
eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast. So good.
Christopher McDonald signed autograph.
He's
Shooter
doing it-
McGavin, Happy Gilmore, JSA.
He's doing a shooter.
RPW. Wow. Yeah, it's a picture, a print of the two of them, Happy and Shooter. Shooter doing the thing. Let's see. Where is the listing?
Happy's got his putter. He's wearing a Subway shirt. Oh, fantastic. This is definitely when the, like, closer to the end.
Yes. Christopher McDonald signed autograph. Shooter McGavin, Happy Gilmore, JSA, RP. Wow. Christopher McDonald signed autograph. Shooter McGavin, Happy Gilmore. I eat piece of shit like you for breakfast. Shooter inscription, JSA, COA reprint. Available sizes. How can there be sizes? This is autographs.
Because it's a reprint. You just said reprint.
Oh, then this is not the right one.
You said reprint.
I did say reprint, but the one I had was an
Was the
actual
real
autograph.
deal?
Yeah. There's a much better description than that. Did I not bookmark this?
Shooter.
Oh,
Classic.
Here it is. Got it. Okay. Signed 11 by 14 Happy Gilmore shooter photo inscribed JSA.
Okay.
Product description. Christopher McDonald signed 11 by 14 Happy Gilmore shooter photo inscribed JSA. Featured is a Christopher McDonald signed 11 by 14 Happy Gilmore photo in which he added the "I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast" inscription. This photo was hand signed by Christopher McDonald and has been authenticated by JSA Authentication Services. Included with the photo was a JSA hologram and certificate.
Okay.
That's all.
Let's
Not a
go
very good
first.
description.
Ryan, you are currently up 5-4, so you have to go first.
Okay. 99.99.
Interesting.
99.99.
So 9,999.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. No, $99.
Okay.
Now, usually I say something like that and you like laugh because it's so low.
But it's Shooter McGavin.
And it's actually Christopher McDonald. It's not even Shooter.
Oh,
If it
yeah,
said-
right.
I mean, he wrote Shooter, but yeah.
It's not Adam Sandler.
That's true, it's not
That's
Adam
why I'm
Sandler.
going lower. If you want to know, if you want me to give all the goods up for this guy,
$200.
So you say 99.
mm-hmm.
Well, you say 200.
Yeah.
You really split it here, guys. Ryan, you win.
Fuck.
U.S. 149.99.
Right in the
My
middle.
God.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Wally, though, fear not. No interest if paid in full in 6 months on 99
I feel
plus
like
with
if there's,
PayPal credit.
over this show and the last show, a lot of things we've said, Wally, you should buy this. This he might actually consider.
No, I would not consider this.
What do you mean?
I'm not gonna buy. No. If
You
I'm
would-
gonna buy something, it's gonna be like I'm not gonna buy a picture. Like that's
You wouldn't get
that's
it a
stupid.
signed 8x10?
If
No.
I was going to buy something, I'd buy like a hockey jersey.
Bill's
Yeah.
already bought something off the eBay Wars, so. Okay.
Wait,
Yeah,
did
when I
you
saw
actually
that,
buy
he
that
actually-
Banks jersey?
Oh, yeah. I played
He
in it.
wore it. He wore
I
it
wore
the
it and
other
played
day.
in it.
He wore it to one of the shows.
Have you bought anything from our eBay
from
Wars?
an eBay War?
Yeah.
I did. I think from the last show, I bought something and like put it up as an eBay war on the show. I forget what it was now though.
All right, well, find
yeah.
something reasonably priced
An
that
Alex
I would actually
Morgan
want.
jersey.
No, not Alex.
Carly Lloyd.
Oh, fuck no.
All right, what were we even talking about? Oh yes, Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. Training. He goes to
Oh
train.
yes, he goes back to Chubbs and says like, "I need to learn." And he's funny the way he does it. He's like, "You're smart. I'm dumb. You're very handsome. I'm very ugly."
Now that you've said that, I can train you.
Yeah. So they go to mini golf, and it's very frustrating. Lee Trevino is there, and he
Why is Lee
shakes his
Trevino
head.
there?
It's golf.
Because he's everywhere.
Yeah. Shakes his head at Happy being a nut again. So he says, "All right,
Happy's terrible at putting. Like,
Yes.
these aren't very hard putts. He's just fucking awful.
Yeah, it's all in the hips." So Chubb says, "You got to go to your happy place." So we learn, and he says, "Like it's all in your head." Oh, there's Lee. He says,
Why is a pro golfer out there by himself?
He's practicing
Mini
as
golfing.
well. He's practicing
Is that
as
what
well.
it is?
Lee Trevino's a smart man. He's practicing.
Oh my God.
Now, the clown,
"Yeah,
this makes me mad. Because there's no way he doesn't actually, like, it's waiting for him. It's not like moving up and down. It's cheap. Kill that clown. Kill it.
So his happy place, we find out, is sexy Virginia, but holding pitchers of beer.
Yep.
Grandma's winning slots, and there's a little person on a tricycle.
Yes. Yep.
And this
Die,
makes him
clown!
very relaxed. You're gonna die. The clown is much scarier without its nose, by the way.
It is like 1,000 times scarier.
So now all of a sudden he's learned to putt. That's all it took was the happy place.
That's
Was it
our
just the three of
only-
them?
That's our only fuck in this movie, I think, right? When he yells "fuck you, clown" at the end.
I don't know.
I don't think he says "fuck you, clown." I think
Yeah.
he just said,
No.
"Did he?"
Yeah. I'll back it up. He says "fuck you, clown." You think that's funny?
What? I can't do it. Oh yeah, look at that.
Fuck you, stupid clown.
Is this a PG-13? So that's
Yes.
their one fuck.
They get one.
Yeah.
So after he does a bunch of training and he learns how to putt, he learns the happy place. Chubbs gives him a gift. He says, "This is my old putter. I had it fixed for you." And he basically turns the putter into one that looks like a golf club. And it's
Hockey
got
stick.
or
Hockey
I'm
stick.
sorry, a golf club that looks like a hockey stick. It's got the
Yes.
long face and stuff and everything. He gives it and he says, and I wonder if this would be a legal putter. Like if
No, they
could
would
use
never
this.
allow this. You know how fucking uptight golf people are?
They got rid of the belly putters. I remember that.
The belly.
It
Oh
used to be,
yeah.
it was like a taller stick, and you could anchor it in your gut. And they
Man.
don't allow you to do that anymore. I mean, it doesn't look like an unhappy place. I'll tell you what.
No, it looks like a
Chili
it's-
bone?
It looks like a very happy place. Yes.
Money.
So he says, "Hey Chubbs, I actually have a gift for you too," and he gives him a box, and he goes to pull it off, and he goes, "Hey, you remember that alligator? You took your eye? Well, I got his head." And he gives it to Chubbs, who gets scared of this alligator, stumbles backwards right out a window,
An open
falls
window.
and dies as Lee Trevino is walking by, sees him die.
Lee
He
Trevino
just
sees
puts his
him.
arms out and he just shakes his head like no.
Lee Trevino.
So we go to the big tournament. It's time now. He's sad because Chubbs isn't there. Before he could say anything, Shooter says, "Hey, I'm gonna play this one for Chubbs," and he gets real mad. He's like, "No, I'm playing for Chubbs. I'm dedicating it to him."
Well, you're the one who killed him, killer.
And we also see Shooter makes a call to the "you suck" guy, just in case. Oh no, is that
Oh,
after
that's
day
after.
one? Yeah.
Yeah. Is it? It's a. This one is actually 4 days, isn't it?
Yes, this one is 4 days.
They do.
Yep,
do
they
the
say
4 day.
that.
Okay.
So day one, they battle back and forth. And he says like, "Ooh, somebody learned how to putt."
Yep.
Is there legit no glass at all in this window?
Yeah.
Like, there's no. It's not even like half open.
It's
Oh, it's shutters. That's
yeah,
what
it's
it is.
shutters like two bay
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Just two
Yeah.
shutters. Oh my
I got
god!
his head.
I like how they kill him.
Ah!
They kill Chubbs.
So day one, they battle back and forth, but Happy gets an edge with his this better putting. Happy takes a one-shot lead after 3 days because they say it's day one, and then very quickly they just run through 3 days. So we go to in between the days. We see Shooter in the woods trying to do the Happy Drive.
I forgot he does the handshake with the
Yes.
the wooden hand.
It's just the hand is left.
So he gets mad and he calls the jackass guy and says, "I got another proposition for you." So early in the day, the dude drives an old car onto the course and straight up runs Happy down with a car.
Did we talk about the subplot of how this guy
Wants to be friends with Shooter
he
McGavin.
just wants to be friends with
Oh,
Shooter?
go to Red Lobster.
This is Sizzler.
Or Sizzler.
He says both. There's the first time he wants to go to Red Lobster.
So very early on, he runs him down with a car, but Happy's like, and they're not. The Doug's like, oh, you gotta. If we're gonna play, you gotta play. And Shooter tries to say like, oh, there's no, no harm in backing out now. So he says, no, I'll play through it.
Because he's a hockey player.
Yep.
That's what they do.
He's tough, which is true. They are tough. It affects his game physically, but then also his happy place is ruined. Now his happy place is still sexy Virginia with beer, but instead
Shooter's there.
Shooter's there.
No, go back because that's going to be the picture. Oh. They were literally about to show the picture of him shooting that we just
Oh, the
yeah.
I
Oh well.
want to get past the car.
His happy place is ruined, and his Shooter's in his happy place making out with both Virginia and his
Yes,
mom.
he makes out with his grandma.
he
Grandma?
comes back from making out with her and grandma's wearing the kiss mask with the tongue.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then he
right.
sucks on the tongue of the kiss.
So gross. Oh my god. Forgot how gross that was.
So he gets mad at this, and then he takes like 5 shots, just swings, and eventually hits it in like 5 attempts at which each one counts. He hits it into the water. This hole he cannot come back from this.
Yeah.
In real golf, this has ruined his whole day.
Yeah.
This is tin cup stuff. We'll get there someday.
tin cup. Oh.
Tin cup stuff.
Shoot.
So Grandma and Virginia both pull him over, try to calm him down. And they say like, Grandma just wants you to be happy. So he goes back to his happy place. This time it's normal, but also Chubbs is there playing the piano with his hand. He's like, look, I got my hand back.
Then he, like, when he lifts both his hands up, the piano still plays.
Oh, of course.
So now he's good, and we're going to go back to trying to make up the ground. So he plays his way back into it. We see at one point Mr. Larson shows up again, and he starts threatening Shooter.
Yep.
And at one point he hits one, and it seems to be close to Mr. Larson. We find out, Shooter, your ball seems to have struck my foot. So he wants to get a drop, and Doug says, no, play it as a lies. That's the rules, which, of course, that is not the rules.
No.
You absolutely do not have to play this off of someone's
No.
foot. In fact, they wouldn't allow you to play it off of someone's foot.
No, they wouldn't.
But he makes him do it, and so he like kind of just pitches out and then runs away again. And Mr. Larson says like calls him a freak or something. I'll see you later, freak. He says, I'll see you in the parking lot. Doesn't get kicked out. Still there. So we get to the final hole, and if Happy makes his long putt, he will win the whole thing. But the TV tower, which was crashed into by the car that hit him, gets people climbing on it, which again would not be allowed, but it falls over, and it just so happens to land right in the middle of the green.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, play it as it lies. They tell them they won't move it, which again is very inaccurate.
Yep.
A, they would move it. B,
Yeah.
you can move stuff that's in the way.
Yeah.
Like if it's a stick or a leaf or whatever, you can pick it up and move it on the green.
Yep.
But they make him do it. So Virginia says, like, all right, just putt around it, and we'll go to like a playoff. And he goes, I got a better idea. We're going to go full Rube Goldberg machine and just put this in that way.
Well, he practiced with Chubbs
That's true.
on that one hole.
So his happy place, this is what happens when he goes to his happy place. He becomes a math genius because he's able to like figure out the geometry
Yeah.
to hit stuff and
Well,
to get
that'd
it
be like 10th grade math. Yeah, that would just ruin his whole day.
Yep. He doesn't even make it across the entire pond.
Right.
He'd have to take another drop right there.
Right there. He would take a drop.
I do like that his caddy picks up a tiny rock and throws it in
yeah,
too.
he also throws.
So he goes only 4 strokes back though.
After that,
Yeah.
Right.
like quadruple bogey.
Yeah. So he hits the putt, gets the win. So he goes to put on his brand new gold jacket. And Shooter takes it and starts running. But this is a bad idea because there's a very angry giant. You're just waiting for a chance to pounce. So he chases him down, and Mr. Larson beats the crap out of him in the parking lot. We go back to Grandma's house, which he now owns because of the bet. And it's him, Grandma, Virginia, and the caddy apparently lives with them now.
Oh yeah.
No longer homeless.
Nice.
Then we see Chubb make an appearance up in the clouds with the very gator that was his lifelong enemy.
Yes, they're friends now.
And
Abe
Abe
Lincoln?
Lincoln.
Okay. Abe Lincoln.
And Abe Lincoln.
Just hanging out in heaven together. Which
No
apparently
mention of
alligators.
it. I love that there's no mention of some things too. Like the Abe Lincoln. He doesn't say anything about Abe Lincoln. He's just is there.
Mm.
Yep.
He doesn't say anything about the short person riding the unit or the tricycle. Nothing
Never-
about that.
Never
just,
referenced.
just there.
He just says, "Let's go home," and the 4 of them happily move into their new old
They're
house.
all gonna live together.
It appears that way.
Maybe. You don't know.
I would assume Virginia already has a very nice house, but
You would assume. Head of PR for the PGA Tour.
yeah, and probably not in Waterbury, Connecticut, or wherever. Although I guess I don't know where the PGA is.
I like how they
headquartered.
have Alan Covert's hair like matted down now with the water.
Yep.
And he's wearing an ascot.
There's Abe Lincoln.
Who are you waving to, Happy?
Let's
Wow.
go home.
There's no Ben Stiller wrap up. Like he just
No,
he doesn't get beat up or anything.
No,
Nothing
that's-
happens to Ben
that's it.
Stiller.
No, he's thinking about buying a gym or running
The
a
Globo Gym.
I really want like a one Ben Stiller line that like all right, so he was the nurse here first,
Yeah.
and then he became a fitness freak
And like
in
open
heavyweights,
Yes.
and then he opens the Globo Gym.
Yes, and then he gets fat, and then he's somebody. Isn't he? Doesn't he do it again in something?
He's got to he's
Is it one of a later Adam Sandler movie? Maybe.
where he's fat.
No, he's back to normal. But isn't like Hubie? Isn't he doing the same thing in Hubie Halloween?
Oh,
You watch that?
I remember watching that, but I don't remember him in it. Is he one of the main people in it?
I tried to block that movie out because it was so bad.
It wasn't
Yeah.
good.
All right, I got something for you. Here's Adam
us some stuff.
Sandler's.
He's an orderly. He's an orderly in
movies.
Hubie Halloween.
Right.
So we've got obviously Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore.
Yep.
And then Bulletproof. Don't know
That him
one.
and Damon Wayans?
No idea.
I remember it, but I never
Yeah,
saw
I
it.
think that's okay.
I don't think I ever saw it.
Wedding Singer, obviously pretty good.
Pretty good.
Waterboy, pretty good. Big
Solid.
Daddy,
Yeah, it's
pretty
okay.
good.
Solid.
Little Nicky, yeah.
Not good. We watched that
It's
for the
okay.
other show.
It's not good.
The Animal,
Don't-
not good.
don't
Never
remember
saw
that.
it.
Punch Drunk Love. That's
Awful.
It's all right.
He tries
Wait,
to make
no.
a serious movie, and it's awful.
Oh,
I
okay.
used to argue with Randy Junkins about this all the time.
Yeah, that's not. It's not awful.
It's terrible.
Mr. Deeds.
Not
That
good.
was okay.
Decent.
That was okay at best. Eight Crazy Nights. I actually really enjoy Eight
I
Crazy
never saw
Nights. That's
Wow.
his Hanukkah movie.
Is that a cartoon?
yes, it
Yes.
is.
I never saw it though.
And then Anger Management.
It's a frustrating movie to watch.
Uh,
Anger Management makes you angry to watch.
And I would say
Spanglish is in there somewhere.
after Big Daddy, like from Big Daddy to the first two, that's his wheelhouse. That's where he really did his good work.
He was doing it.
Yeah.
And then after Eight Crazy Nights or after Anger Management is where it gets really, really bad. So like 50 First Dates, bad movie. Spanglish, from what I've heard,
It's not good.
bad
No,
movie.
That's
I
all.
think it's
That's
good.
a serious one too. But
The Longest Yard,
It's okay.
it's not bad.
but it's a remake, so it's
Right.
not even
Yeah.
like his movie.
Right. It's okay.
Click, that was a
Bad.
bad
see
movie.
it.
Straight bad.
Rain Over Me, I didn't see that
Don't
one
even know what
either.
it is.
No,
You don't, or I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, and then you don't mess with the Zohan.
neither one are good.
Fucking awful.
didn't see the
movies.
one.
Bedtime Stories, didn't bother watching it.
No,
Funny People was okay.
never saw it. I saw
It's
parts of it.
okay. It's
Yeah.
sort of a bounce back a little tiny bit for
Yeah.
him. Like
That's probably his best serious movie.
Yeah, he's better in that.
His newer ones are supposed to be good, but I've never seen them.
Grown Ups,
Terrible.
Don't have any interest.
Probably the best of like everything after those
Yeah, but
first
it's
five.
still not good.
Never saw him.
Just Go With It. That's where he's with Jennifer Aniston.
One of the movies he
She
made
did
with
a
her.
lot of movies with Jennifer
Yeah.
Aniston.
So that's the one where he's trying to get this woman to date him, but he's got to have an ex-wife for her to be interested. or
Yeah.
something. Which makes no. Jack and Jill, fucking awful. I'm
Not
assuming
good. Not good. I saw it. It was bad.
that's my boy. Grown Ups
Didn't see
2.
that.
That's My Boy is bad.
with Andy Samberg. Right?
Grown Ups 2 is bad.
Yeah, and then the Cobbler.
No clue.
Pixels. I haven't even heard of some of these.
Pixels
Pixels is
was a
terrible.
big movie, but yeah, I didn't.
The
see it.
Ridiculous Six.
That was his like Western one on
Yeah,
Netflix or whatever.
also-
His
I watched 5 minutes of it and
That's
I
bad.
shut it off.
The Do Over. Sandy Wexler.
Don't know.
So
those
like
ones.
he's made a career off of 4 movies. Uncut Gems.
That's supposed
that
to be
good?
good.
Supposed to be great.
I've
Okay.
not. I watched 5 minutes of it, and again, I just was like, I can't get into this now.
Yeah.
I want to watch that and Hustle.
I haven't heard of
Uncut
Hustle.
Gems is legit.
Hustle we
supposed
can
to be
watch on the
great.
show. We probably will at some point.
Is Murder
Uncut Gems we could watch on the show. It's about basketball.
I thought
Is it
Hustle was
really?
about basketball.
Uncut Gems is about betting on basketball. So.
Uncut Gems, I thought was about diamonds.
Yeah, but also betting on basketball.
Oh, I didn't
I'm
know
pretty
that.
sure he's
Okay.
betting on the Knicks and like using diamonds to do it or something like that. I forget.
There's a movie called Murder Mystery 2.
Yeah, bad.
Was there a Murder Mystery 1?
That might have been the bit.
I haven't watched them, but apparently his cartoon ones with Hotel Transylvania are supposed to be good.
Oh,
My niece and nephew love them.
Yeah, Hotel Transylvania are supposed to be.
I will
pretty
say,
He's in that?
he's like the guy in that.
Oh, he's like the Dracula guy
Yeah.
in that? Oh, I must have just skipped over it.
Well, it's also just voice, I guess. But I think it was Bill Simmons had a take on him that was like, my kids love every single Adam Sandler movie, like even the bad ones. My kids think are hilarious.
Yeah.
And he said that's the genius of Adam Sandler, is he started making movies that kids like, so then the parents will see it too. But that's how he makes his money. Is kids want to see these things, even
Yeah.
if you think it's bad, your kids want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess technically that's how he got us in.
Yeah,
Because we were kids when these movies
That's
came
true.
out, pretty much. Okay. Quote Mountain. You're too good for your home. Suck my white ass ball.
Oh, I had a good one. Oh, fuck.
Why don't you have a glass of warm glass of shut the hell up? It's a good one.
You eat pieces of shit like me, or
Yeah.
I eat pieces of shit like you
gotta
for
be
breakfast.
top.
You eat
Pieces of
pieces of
shit.
shit for breakfast.
no.
It's got to be a top contender.
That's a good one.
There's the whole
Price is wrong,
Price
Bob.
is wrong.
that place is wrong, bitch.
Is it that one
Oh.
or is it eat pieces of shit? Which one's? It's one of those two,
I think
right?
it's
It's
that
got to
one.
be one of those.
This is not the one, but this is the other quote we talked about. Just stay out of my way, or you'll pay. Listen to what I say. Hey, why don't I just go eat some hay? Make things out of clay. Lay by the bay. I just may. What do you say?
I'm stupid. You're smart. I was wrong. You were right. You're the best. I'm the worst. You're very good looking, and I'm not attractive.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this one with Grandma. How is that nice girlfriend of yours? Oh, she got hit by a car. She's dead.
Oh yeah, I love that he keeps bringing that up.
Yeah, we didn't mention that at all.
Yeah.
But for the first like half of the movie, every time somebody asks him if he's seeing someone or if how's
my
his
girlfriend
girlfriend,
died.
oh, she died, and he says a different way she died each time.
It's great.
Price is wrong, Bob.
It's either that or eat pieces of shit. It's one of those.
I think it's yeah.
Do you
I
have
think
a-
it's
Grizzly
that one.
Adams did have a beer.
Yeah, Lee Trevino.
We'll get to him in a minute.
All right. What do you guys want to pick for it?
I'm gonna vote for Price is Wrong, Bob.
I'm gonna vote for a piece of shit like you for breakfast.
Fucking assholes.
You got to pick, Wally.
Uh,
Come on.
You're gonna die, clown.
Price is wrong, Bob.
Okay.
Okay.
God, I love
That's a
that.
good one. Grizzly Adams did have a beer.
All right, MVP.
Hey, my girlfriend is dead, you know. She fell off a cliff and died on impact.
That's what he tells Virginia.
Yes.
Out of nowhere, he just brings it up.
She doesn't even know that he. Most valuable player, is it Bob Barker? Is it Lee Trevino?
Oh, Shooter McGavin.
Those are both
Shooter?
excellent, but I think it's got to be Shooter.
Okay.
It's Shooter
right.
McGavin.
3 candidates there. All right, final
All
verdict.
excellent.
What's our final grade on this?
7.7.
That seems
That might be
high.
high. That feels high. As soon as it
Seems
says
high.
that feels high.
It's good.
No, I think that's a good grade for it.
7.2.
Okay.
All right,
A little bit lower. A little tiny bit lower.
So 7.7 and 7.2.
So let's get this math right so he doesn't have to do math.
He can't.
7.7 plus 7.2. No, I would say. No, I think Billy. I think you hit a nail on the head. I think it is. No, I'll say 7.6. I'll say
Okay.
7.6.
It's going to be 7.5. Is going to be the
Divided by
roundabout.
7.5 exactly. Well, look at me doing some good math.
Look at you doing
So
some good
7.5
math.
slots it in like what, top 12 maybe?
So it's right behind D2 the Mighty Ducks, which is at 7.6.
Okay.
Tied
this
for
is better
what?
than that.
Tied with White Men Can't Jump.
Interesting.
Oh.
Okay.
Let's see what else is close. 7.6, right behind Cool Runnings.
Okay. That
Behind Cool Runnings.
That-
I would not have expected that.
no, but it
We
might
liked,
fit there.
We liked Cool,
Cool
Runnings.
Runnings was very impressive.
Yeah, it was good.
It holds up very well.
2,
You dead, man?
3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
6, 7. Tied for eighth.
Tied for 8th. That's
Yeah.
high.
Top 10
Tied-
movie. Happy
Tied for
Gilmore.
eighth with
Top 10 movie.
with White Men Can't Jump.
Better than Glory Hole?
Better than Glory Days.
Glory Hole. Do we watch that?
Glory Road. Better than Glory Road. I was
Glory
like-
Days.
I couldn't even remember the name of it.
Oh my god.
What's their best one again? Sandlot still?
Yeah,
Sandlot's still
Sandlot was
first.
8.5.
That seems a little low. for
And then we
Sandlot.
had an 8.2. Remember the Titans.
Okay.
And then
So we haven't had a 9 yet, huh?
an 8.0 for A League of Their Own. We've only had 3 8s.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Really stingy with the 9s.
Yeah.
done 31
Tom Selleck's
episodes and we
mustache
haven't
is-
had
I
a
mean,
9.
Top Selleck's mustache.
go looking back at it, we probably could have bumped up like
We could adjust this, yeah.
yeah, we could adjust them upwards.
So do we need a grade on a curve from here on out?
No.
No, I don't think so.
No.
We just keep grading the way we are.
Yeah.
Being super fucking strict.
Yeah.
All right. Who has to watch the next thing?
I believe you do.
Yeah.
I have to
Pretty
do
sure
it? All
you-
right.
yep.
Spin a wheel, make a deal.
Spinning the wheel to make a deal.
Come
We've got
on,
all
baseball.
7 in there.
Come on,
We've
baseball.
got all 7, and it is a miscellaneous.
Ooh, we've done a few of those too.
Miscellaneous?
Miscellaneous. Which
I've got 3 potential ones in my categories for that right now.
you did D2.
There will
So-
come a point where I decide we're however many episodes in and we still haven't watched a movie that we need to watch for the show. So I'll just pick one, I think.
Yeah.
Because there are certain sports movies that we have not done that are like seminal movies.
Are we like which ones?
Well, I don't want to tell you.
Oh, fine, whatever.
But you can't think of any sports movies that are important movies that we haven't watched.
I mean-
what does miscellaneous mean? I can do any sports movie?
No, it's stuff that's not football, soccer, baseball, basketball, hockey, golf, boxing.
So the
Boxing
ones we've done
counts.
for this category so far are basketball, dodgeball, Cool Runnings, Kingpin, The Big Lebowski, and Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
racing
like
would
that.
count.
Racing would count.
Racing would count. Yeah.
I have 2 racing movies.
Did you
actually,
see that
potentially.
the preview for the F1 movie, Gran Turismo,
No.
where it's about the kid who played Turismo so much that like he got offered to like try to actually become a racer,
Oh, really?
and he fucking did it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that looks awesome.
All right, we're gonna do a movie that I think tried to do before but didn't do it. Talladega Nights.
That's the one, yeah.
The Ballad of
Yep.
Ricky Bobby, Will Ferrell, 2006 comedy, is available on Freevee, which I think is also connected to Amazon Prime. Pretty sure.
I have it on DVD actually.
No, so you don't even need. Do you have this on DVD? You like this that much?
I have a lot of stupid bad movies on DVD. I have a collection of, I think, 200 DVDs.
Still, wow.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it, yes, on Prime.
Freevee.
I think you can watch it.
Freevee and I think Freevee and Prime are the same,
Oh, okay.
same deal.
Oh, is Freevee just the ad-supported Prime, basically?
Yeah, basically. All right.
Just so you know, the last time that we were together was 5/22. We've been gone a
2
month
months,
and a
yeah.
half.
2 months, almost.
Has it been?
Almost full 2 months. Yeah, actually, yeah, almost a full 2 months.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Well, you went to Vermont for a month.
No, I didn't. I went to Vermont for 1 week, which was,
It was-
one week of.
It was your fault that we missed a month.
it was
I
my
think.
Well,
fault.
because you went to Columbia and then you went to
that,
Vermont.
that was not even.
and now
no.
2 months later,
Yeah.
you're back.
No, I didn't even miss a show for Columbia, did I?
I don't know.
Yes, you did. Definitely did. Because you
Well,
were
you didn't
flying
miss
back.
a show. You missed 8 shows.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's all your fault,
When did
actually.
we go to Columbia? I can't even remember when I went to Columbia.
Oh my God, that wasn't even that long ago. April. Right?
Was it?
It
Was it April?
Think so.
Because when did I go to Vegas? May?
Okay,
It's
so
like
I
back
did.
to back.
I probably missed it. Yeah, I probably missed a show for
You definitely missed at least one. But
whatever.
the 8 weeks off is
Yes,
definitely.
it was my fault,
100%.
not the complete renovation of your
The
basement. down
studio
here.
is
No.
finished. Okay. All right. Talladega Nights is next. Yeah, I like Happy Gilmore a lot still. I still like it.
It's still a very
Like
good movie.
99% of it I still enjoy.
It still holds up.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything problematic with it, was there? Not that I remember watching it.
There's probably something, but nothing major. All right, we're done. We're out of here. Peace out. We will see you next week.